Welcome back. In design of experiments, we have learned various terminology definitions of the terminology, various terms we have learned. And now, in this lesson, we learn one of the important topic of design of experiments is principles of experimental design. To conduct various kinds of experiments, statistically, some particular designs are formed for which these are the principles which are to be applied. Based on these principles, the design of experiment is going to be, various designs of experiments are going to be formulated or created. So, design of experiments run by these, by using these principles. We learn today what are the principles of experimental design. Number 1, replication. 2, randomization. 3, local control, which are here: replication, randomization and local control. These three are called principles of experimental design. Right? We discuss one by one what is the definition and what are crucial points of these principles. First one, replication. What is meant by replication? The repetition of treatments on various experimental units is called replication. Or in another sense, executing experiment more than once is known as replication. Now, under similar conditions, the treatments are to be applied. The experiment is repeated under similar conditions. If it repeats, such repetition is called replication. If experiment is conducted 3 times, number of replications are 3. So, simple principle of experimental design is replication. Replication means repetition of treatments, simply. Or executing the experiment more than once is nothing but replication, in which treatments are replicated the number of times, repeated number of times to the experimental units, and the yield is going to be observed and the variation is going to be observed, and it is observed, variation is observed whether it is due to the treatment effects or due to the unknown factors. So, for which repetition is required. So, therefore, replication is one such basic principles of any experimental design. Replication always reduces some kind of experimental error. How it is possible? We are specifying that experimental error is nothing but an error or a variation which obtained due to random factors. But how can it be possible of reducing the experimental error by applying the replication? I give a simple example so that you can easily understand. For example, you have given a certain coaching to a group of students in a class. Before that, you have conducted a particular exam. Exam was conducted, and certain marks, for example, 70% of the marks they have obtained. For example, on an average. And after an intensive coaching, again we have conducted an exam. Then they got more than 70%, 75% of the marks they have secured. Similarly, by giving another external coaching, some important tips where they have lagged, by taking some particular immersive coaching, again they have conducted an examination for them, and again the marks were taken. Now they got 85% of the marks. So the variation is going to be reduced. Unknowingly, whatever the same kind of treatment, repeating the same kind of treatment, applying the same kind of treatment again and again, 2-3 times, 3-4 times, that is more than once. The experiment is conducted, experiment was repeated, that is called execution of the experiment, more than once. At first 70% of marks, that is the variation is 30%, there is some kind of variation, whatever you can observe. For example, you consider two groups, the variation was observed, some kind of variation. After calculating, after giving some particular coaching, second time you have conducted 75%. So 5% of marks they have increased. The variation is some kind of variation was decreased. And similarly, third time, you have executing the more than that, whatever the variation. For example, they got for first time, definitely they will get 75% of the marks, but they got 70 only. The 5% of variation is there. So it's the comparison between the average marks, how many marks they will get. For example, second time, the 80% they want to obtain. 5% kind of variation it is going to be. If they will get, if they are capable to get 78%, then they got 75%. 3%, so 5% to 3% it was reduced. After that, for example, 85% they got, but they are capable of getting 86%. The 1% is reduced. That is 5%. First time they are capable of 75%. But they got 70, the 5% of variation. Second time they are capable of getting 78%, but they got 75%, 3% variation. It was reduced to 5% to 3%, and then 1%. So therefore, variation is going to be reduced. That is called unknown variation. The variation due to random factors, which cannot be controlled by human endeavor. Even that factor also can be reduced by converting into the another factors of variation. That is the reason why we are specifying that it is a principle, it is supporting to reduce the experimental error. So this is the one such beautiful principle, it is going to be applied. Whatsoever the variation can be reduced. variation is going to be, that is the reason why the statement is correct. The correct statement, it is going to be specified as the variation of chance cause of variation is reduced into the, is converted, specifically converted into the assignable cause of variation. That is what the experimental error is going to be reduced. So this is what I can explain through the the principle of replication. The principle of replication, the experimental error is going to be reduced, and it also estimates the treatment effects. It also one useful principle which can be estimated, which estimates the treatment effects. And this principle also supports for reducing the experimental error. If you conduct the same experiment more than once, definitely some kind of unknown variation can be converted into the assignable cause of variation, that is the variation due to the treatments or variation due to the controlled factors of variation. So the replication principle helpful in reducing the experimental error as well. It also useful in estimating the treatment effects, more precise estimates to treatment effects. So only some particular disadvantage of this particular principle is we cannot conduct more number of times. Large number of replications are not possible. 10 times, 12 times, efficiency will be reduced. For which efficiency will be reduced. So therefore we cannot conduct, we cannot use large number of replications. Other than I don't discuss in this lesson. So the principle replication is one such beautiful principle of reducing, indirectly reducing, that is converting chance causes into assignable cause of variation. So this is one of the beautiful principle of the experimental design. I discuss two more principles of experimental design in other classes. So this is what the principle of replication, one of the important principle of experimental design. Thank you.